8, 12, 14. Those numbers are important to me because they are numbers that I will never forget in my life. I was 8 years old, born and raised in the inner city. My mother and my father were pastors of an inner city church, and they had taught me everything that they knew about prayer. They said if I didn't know or have the ability to do anything else, I needed to pray. Well, at 8 years old, as I was riding my bicycle in the inner city of my community, I looked to my right as I was coming around the corner, pedaling so hard, and I saw a dead body. At 8 years old, I was afraid, startled. I looked, got back on my bike, and I pedaled home, and I went to my father, the pastor, and my mother, the co-pastor, and I said, I saw a dead body. We need to call the police. What do? They called the police, and we made the report, and I seen the lights of the police cars. I looked at my father, said, what can we do about this violence at 8 years old? He sat me down, and he rubbed the back of my head, and he said, son, pray. And I prayed. I got more involved in the church, and I prayed more. I read the Bible more, and I believed that Jesus Christ was my Lord and Savior. But at 12 years old, as I'm riding the bicycle in the same community, in the same area, I had my 8-year-old nephew with me. And as we're riding the bike, I hear gunshots. And I turn, and the car is speeding, chasing me and my nephew, and they're shooting a gun while laughing. 12 years old, we made it home. And I went to my father, and I told my father what had happened, and he said to me, I'm glad you survived, but pray. 12 years old, I prayed more, and I said, God, we have to do something about this violence. What's happening? What about it? The people actually were hit with the bullets. At 12, they kept me in church, and they kept me in school. I was known as the preacher boy, and so there was a lot of stuff that I knew, but there was a lot of people I didn't. So at 12 years old, I really didn't understand that there were, in fact, people that were, in fact, dying of those bullets, that were in the same city that I was in, but did not have the faith and the hope that I held. At 14 years old, as I was in high school, I had the opportunity, because of my grades, to shadow someone at the courthouse. And I must tell you that I had never gone to the courthouse before. I had never been to the courthouse. I didn't know a lawyer. I didn't know a judge. The only people that I knew in my family were praying folk. They used to laugh and say I didn't have a degree, but they had theology, because we prayed a lot. And we went to a church a lot. And so at 12, this happened. At 14, they said you get to shadow, and I go to the courthouse. I put on my Sunday best. You know, the communion suit. The black tie, the black suit, the white shirt. And I go to the courthouse, and I sit in the back of a courtroom, and I'm sitting there, and there is nobody in the courtroom that looks like me. And as I'm sitting there at 14 years old, I hear someone yell from the back, all rise, court is now in session. I look, and from behind the bench, there comes this short African-American man with an afro. And as he climbs onto the bench, I hear a pounding on my bench that I was on. And it was the bailiff saying, young man, stand up, the judge is here. You see, I was in awe because I had never seen anyone that looked like me wear a robe like that. So much to the point that I forgot to stand when the bailiff said, stand. I stood up, and on this day, I had the opportunity to meet the late Judge Cordell Meeks Jr. I would later find that it was his father, Cordell Meeks Sr., who was the first African-American district court judge in the state of Kansas. And that one day shadow experience turned into a 7-year mentor-mentee relationship. Exposure to opportunity. Here I was now at 14 years old, and I seen something that I believe can do something about the problem I saw. So I went home, told my father, told my mother, and I said, "He looks like me." And they said, "Oh, son, no, he didn't." I said, "No, it's crazy. He had an afro and everything." So I introduced him, and we began to know each other, and he exposed me to a new reality, to a new world that I never knew before. An exposure to that opportunity of the legal field, the opportunity of being exposed to being a judge, to being a lawyer, to being an assistant district attorney. He told me I can do and be whatever I wanted. Now listen, I was a preacher's kid. I was no thug, I was no hoodlum, I was no gangster. Though depending on what day, I felt kind of tough. My mother would bring me right back down. My father said that I can do all things through Christ Jesus that strengthened me, but I did not know that I could be a lawyer because I did not have a lawyer in my family. Nor did I know a judge that looked like me. This exposure excited me. It gave me something to think about. I went on and I went to college and I studied pre-law, and then I went to law school and I got my education. And while I was there, my first year in law school, I had the opportunity to intern in the Wyandotte County District Attorney's Office in Kansas City, Kansas. And while I was there as an intern, I was able to handle cases as an attorney in the same courtroom that my now mentor was a judge. And so from 14 years old, he saw me, and now at 23 years old, he sees me practicing law, and he dies that summer. He dies, and when he dies, they tell me to speak at his funeral, and they hand me the program that he had, and he had done so many things, and he was so involved, and he had spoke so many times, and he had went to so many schools, and it dawned on me. Had it not been for him exposing me, I would never know I could be where I am. That summer, I sat in the courtroom. I was the intern to an assistant prosecuting attorney. In the county that I love, the county that I grew up in, the county that at 8 and at 12 I saw dead bodies. The case that was happening was a shooting. A young man who loved his girlfriend, but she didn't love him back. She has a new boyfriend now. Old boyfriend gets mad, and he shoots. Case is filed. We're sitting in the courtroom. And as the defendant comes in, he's dressed in all orange, and he's shackled down, and he's walking. He looks at me at the prosecutor's table, and he does this. You know what that means. And I look at my manager at the time, and I wait till he turns away, and I look back down, and I keep going, and then as he sits where the defendant, the alleged criminal, sits, in from the back of the courtroom comes a young man with a limp. It was the victim who had been shot. And as he comes in and he walks past my table, he looks at me. You know what happens. And he does this. And again, the assistant prosecuting attorney looks at me, and I wait till he looks away, and I... See, because at this time, I didn't want him to know that I knew them. I didn't want him to know that I know who they are. And as we're sitting there, someone grabs my shoulder. The young lady whom they were shooting each other over. And she says, "Preacher man, you're a lawyer?" I couldn't hide that from him. He heard it. Here there are 4 people in this courtroom. One sitting behind the prosecutor's table. One is sitting in the jail cell. One is the victim, and the other is the cause. It was at this point that I realized that I had to do something with the opportunities that were given to me. I had to expose the possibilities. You see, all 4 of us had gone to the same high school, had been in the same room, had the same teachers, but we came out in different places. There are 2 things that I absolutely believe are the cause for that. One is Jesus Christ, because that's who I believe paid the way for me. And 2 is being exposed to a new reality. It was there sitting in this courtroom that I decided that I will be the chief law enforcement official in my county. Because as the district attorney in my county, I would have the ability not just to put people in jail, but I would have the ability to show them a different way. I would have the ability to not just focus on convictions, but focus on smart prosecution. And understand that some people do what they do because they are absolutely hardened criminals, but there are those who are addicted to drugs, and but for the drugs, there are those who are mentally ill and have behavioral health issues. The numbers show that over 40% of those that are in custody in the local county jails have mental health diagnosable issues, and we're doing nothing but simply locking them away and throwing away the key. Our jails have become the new mental health institution. As funding falls in legislation, it falls right into our jails. At that point in my life, I said, I will. I must. And so I did. Dreaming big is good. Dreaming big is a wonderful thing to do. But after the dream is done, you must do something more. You see, I was exposed by Judge Meeks to what I can be and what I could be, and I dreamed about it, and I thought about it, and I said I can do it, and I prayed about it. But then I had to wake up, you know, like you do every morning. And after you wake up, you got to pull the blanket back. And you got to put your legs out of bed. And after you dream, you have to do something, and that's called work. Work is something that you have to do because your dream is not just about you. Your dream is about someone else. It is about giving someone else the exposure that they need to let them know at 8, at 12, at 14 that you can do better, you can be better, you can be me, but I have to work. I have to stop worrying about what others think. I have to stop being concerned about what the naysayers are saying about me. I know my dream sounds crazy, but I am not worried about you. The O, you're going to have opposition. You're going to have people who just do not want you to get to wherever your purpose is. You must ignore them. R, you must renew and remind yourself daily of the dream that you have. Remind and renew your thoughts in knowing that my dream is for someone else. If I don't do this, that little boy, that little girl may not ever be able to reach their purpose because I was afraid, I was fearful. And K, you must know that you know that you know. In church, the more times you say it, the more excited they get. You got to know that you know. That there is nothing that can stop you, that can prevent you from fulfilling that dream and for helping someone else. Because Without Judge Meek's father, there would not have been the first black judge in Kansas. Without Judge Meek, there would not be the first African-American district attorney for the state of Kansas. We have to dream, but when we're done dreaming, we have to get up and do the work to expose someone else to endless opportunities. Be blessed.